Hey everybody, welcome to Treasures Woven with Love. So good to see you again. In this video, I will be doing a coastal beach wood sign. I used 6 painter sticks from Home Depot, and my husband took a pen and lined them up so he can cut them. He used a utility knife to cut the painter sticks. Once he cut them, he broke the tips of the paint sticks and sanded them so they can have a smooth edge. He measured them and lined them up to make sure that they were even. Lastly, he added wood glue and placed them all together. This is what it looks like after he glued them together. Finally, he rubbed the glue with his finger and allowed the sign to dry overnight. The next day, I painted the wood sign with Apple Barrel's Pewter Gray, Key West, and Award Blue acrylic paint. It should look like this color right here. I mixed the 3 colors together until I found the right color that I wanted to use for the sky. And this is the color. I was really happy with this color because it really looked like it was like a sky blue. I also wanted to add the painter's tape before I continue painting. I placed it under the first 2 paint sticks, and I did the same thing with the bottom one as well. I finished painting the top of the wood sign in between the painter's tape before I continue with the next color. I used Apple Barrel Key West and white acrylic paint to paint the middle of the wood sign. To get the nice green color that I have here, you have to mix them both together. Lastly, I used Apple Barrel's khaki acrylic paint to do the bottom of the wood sign. Once it's dry, remove the painter's tape. And then tape it on top of the blue acrylic paint. Then do the same for the one at the bottom and tape it on top of the green paint. You will use Burnt Umber to paint the bottom of the wood sign, but you must remove your painter's tape before you do so. I used the dry brush at the edge of the wood frame at the bottom on both sides. You'll notice that on the top part of the wood sign, I started to do it, but then I changed my mind because I really didn't like it. So at the bottom, all you have to do is use the dry brush and go back and forth to get the desired look that you want. I bought these Dollar Tree sticker letters and I painted them with the white chalk paint, and I waited till they dried so then I could place them on the wood sign. Start placing the letters on the wood sign. Now when I started doing this, I had gotten all the way to the H, and I noticed that the H was not gonna fit well on the sign. So what I had to do was just take them off again and move them a little bit more to my left so that they can all fit on the wood sign, and then it all fit together well. Okay, now what I wanted to do was add Mod Podge sealer to the letters so that they would seal and not come off. Then I took a small seashelf and I put it at the bottom of the wood sign by gluing it with glue gun. I also wanted to add some seagulls to my wood sign, so I took some white acrylic paint and drew some seagulls on the top. I added a small white rock to the bottom of the sign and glued it with glue gun. I added some jute twine around the bottom of the sign and just wrapped it around a couple of times to give it that nice rustic coastal look. Cut and glue the twine to your wood sign. Finally, I used this ribbon twine. I cut a piece of it and then I glued it to the wood sign at the bottom. Once glued, I cut the edges of the ribbon at the bottom to make it look nicer. I went to Target and purchased this item for $1 so that I can use the bottom stand of it for my wood sign. You have to gently rock it back and forth so you can get it off the stand. I used this Americana DECOR deep brown cream wax to paint the bottom stand. Next, I applied this rustic Americana DECOR chalky finish to the wood stand because I really wasn't liking the first one that I used. And finally, I used this Restore chalky finish to make the wood sign at the bottom look like as if it was sand. I sanded it a little bit just to make it look rustic. Place it on the stand, turn it around, and this is the final reveal. I like how the bottom part looks because it actually looks like sand. So yeah guys, here we go. Here's the sand, the sea, and the sky. I really liked how this wood sign turned out. I hope you guys liked it too. I hope that you consider subscribing to my channel because it really helps my channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you have a great evening. Take care. Be blessed.